All the details are in for Project Catalyst Fund 11. Last week's town hall went through all the details. It just goes over an hour, but this is a quick summary of everything, all the key points that you need to know so you can submit your proposals and get some funding for whatever you're building on the Cardano ecosystem. Let's have a look at the details here. Fund 11, like I said, is up and running, and we can now submit all of our proposals to the fund itself. There are several new categories, 7 of them to be exact, and all of these have a total funding of 50 million ADA. Lots of ADA, same amount as in Fund 10, but this time is distributed a little bit differently in each one of the categories. If you go to the Project Catalyst website /fund/11, you'll see the various categories that we have available to us. We have 3 specific categories for Cardano use cases that range from concepts, solutions, and products. And then we have 2 additional ones for the Cardano Open for developers and the ecosystem. They're the 2 categories where you can submit anything that fits in those 2 subcategories. Then we have 2 final categories for Catalyst system improvements itself, one for discoverability, so some new ideas and concepts, and the other one around development for Project Catalyst 2. Now, if we have a look at each one of these categories, we can see the maximum amount of awarded ADA for each one of these proposals in those categories and the amount of ADA that is allocated to them as well. So this one here, the Cardano use case and concepts, there's 7.5 million ADA, but each one of those has a maximum of 100,000 ADA. So that means at least 75 projects will be accepted and funded within this category. So a lot of opportunities here, and I absolutely love it. If you go through each one of the categories, you can see the maximums and the amount of ADA allocated to them as well. Make sure you check the website for the total allocation for each one of those categories and the maximum amount of ADA that you can request. Now, this is the exciting changes that have come in for Fund 11. So the number of proposals that someone can submit is limited to 5. In previous Fund 10 or funds earlier, we saw a lot of people submitting more than 5. Some even submitted 40 with the hope of 1 or 2 of them making it through the cut. Now, this put a lot of pressure on all the reviewers going through there, looking at those proposals and trying to review them. It took a lot of time, a lot of effort. This should cut down on a lot of them and hopefully filter out a lot of projects, and we have less of the time waster projects and more quality projects coming in. Now, this next one here, no active projects. I do like this one because it ensures that if you have an outstanding project that hasn't been delivered yet, you can't ask for more funding. So anything that is still outstanding from Fund 7 and prior may not be eligible to apply. Any outstanding project must complete their closeout reports before starting a new project within Fund 11. Absolutely love that update and change. Now, this other one here, track record, I love this one because it ensures that anyone that is requesting funds in Fund 11 has a good track record to be able to deliver their project. So here we see lead proposers or co-proposers with 5 or more active projects funded in Fund 8 or later must have a track record of submitting at least 3 monthly reports in the 6-month preceding submission of proposals under Fund 11. Really good check there for anyone that is submitting proposals in Fund 11. Now, this one over here, the leftovers, I do like the leftovers because this is how Cardano Press got funded. We didn't make the cut in our category and we came into the leftover category, and we just managed to get in by the skin of our teeth. So now with the leftover funding logic, it will exclude the product track in Cardano use cases and both Catalyst system improvements tracks to focus on grassroots innovation. I absolutely love that change. Ensures that these really small projects out there do have a chance to get in and funded for whatever they're developing on Cardano. Now, this other one here around voting, I think a lot of people are happy about. This was announced at the Cardano Summit as well, but voting in the various categories will have a yes and abstain. So there is no more down voting within Project Catalyst. So we won't see that massive amount of down voting that we had in Fund 10. I know the community was out there trying to help protect the funds and filter those bad projects that were trying to submit and scam money from the ecosystem, but it kind of got out of control. And I think this is a nice way to try and control that mechanism, but still allow for funding for all these really cool projects there. Now, if you want to find out more of the rules and anything else that has changed, you can find it all on the docs at docs.projectcatalyst.io. Now, the timeline is the next really important thing that we need to look at. The submission deadline for proposals is November the 30th. So if you're thinking about submitting a proposal, you need to do it before November 30th. It gives you roughly 10 days from viewing this video, from the release of this video, to be able to come up with an idea and submit it and push it through the Project Catalyst system. Now, the next thing we have is the community review date. These are all subject to change. It is going over the Christmas break, so I'm wondering if there does need to be a little bit more time, but it seems to be almost a month, so it technically should be enough time for people to go through and review all the proposals. Hopefully there's a lot less proposals, more higher quality ones, so that these reviewers don't need to go through and audit every single project out there like they did in Fund 10. I think there was well over 1,000. I can't remember what the number was, but it was astronomically high. I know a lot of projects were looking for funding because the time between Fund 9 and Fund 10 was so long. So hopefully that number does go down and we have a lot more higher quality proposals going through now that the rules have changed. Then we have a voting period closer to the end of January, and then we'll see, hopefully, these projects all get in and onboarded by March next year. Super excited about all that. We also have the timelines and dates for voters as well. There was that whole voter registration issue where people didn't realize they had to re-register their wallet to get the rewards. So we have those dates here. So please keep them in mind and start registering your wallet if you do need to, if you want to claim those ADA rewards for voting in Project Catalyst. And if you want to be a reviewer and review a lot of these proposals that go through the system, you can do so. Reviewer registration ends on the 10th of December. You do have a bit of time for that one, but I highly recommend before you get into the reviewing stage that you learn and understand what is required. It is quite a bit of work, but you do get paid in ADA in terms of rewards to thank you for your time and efforts for reviewing all these proposals in Project Catalyst. So that's it. They're all the key dates. That's the key pieces of information. Thank you so much for the Project Catalyst team for putting out the slides. It makes it so much easier to do these quick video recaps. If you want to get all the details, make sure you check out the website, all the links in the show notes down below, and also check out the town hall as well. Unfortunately, I never catch them live. It's always at 3 or 4 a.m. and I'm never online at that time. If you enjoyed this video, if you like these summaries and recaps, give me that thumbs up, click subscribe, click the notification bell. I'll see you in the next video.
Yeah, gotta do it like that. You've been listening to the Learn Cardano podcast.